Welcome back to Esthetician Life. Today I am in Madison, Wisconsin, getting ready to get a facial from Melissa at Skintuition. Hi, today I'm in Madison, Wisconsin at my friend Melissa's studio, Skintuition, and today I'm going to be receiving her March facial special. So Melissa, tell us a little bit about that facial.
It's called the Lucky You Facial, and it's my current seasonal offering. It starts with a 3-step cleanse and massage to remove impurities, activate the lymphatic system, and cleanse the skin, of course. Then we'll move into the exfoliation step, which is a combination of lactic and a vitamin C micropeel.
Awesome.
We'll run some current through that too to maximize the effects of it.
I love it.
We're going to do a focus on treatment session for you to work on different parts of your face, maybe around the mouth and the forehead.
Okay.
And we'll be using my DF machine when we do that.
Okay.
And then we'll finish with some facial massage and gua sha.
Love it. I love it. I love gua sha, and I hardly ever get to experience gua sha from somebody else, so this is going to be a real treat for me. And as well as I've been traveling, so I feel like my skin is a little bit dehydrated from all of the travel, and I may or may not have went to a brewery in Milwaukee last night. So I'm feeling extra dehydrated, and I'm really excited to get a facial from Melissa. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, well, before we get started, I want Melissa to talk a little bit about her skincare studio here, and how did you become an esthetician, and how long have you been an esthetician?
Well, I've been an esthetician since 2013, so that's going on 12 years.
Nice.
And my first career was a data analyst, so a lot of time, working at a computer, and I liked that for a number of years, but at some point I just found myself craving the exact opposite. I wanted to work with people and feel really connected with people, and I wanted to feel like I was making a difference.
Nice.
So a lot of kismet things happened that led to me becoming an esthetician and opening my business, but it's been just such a beautiful career for me.
Awesome.
I have really great clients, and I love being a business owner. I'm really grateful for how it worked out.
So after you graduated aesthetic school, did you start out on your own? Did you work other places? Like, what led you to being able to be a solo esthetician with your own beautiful space?
Well, I worked somewhere super part-time. I kept my full-time job. I worked somewhere one night a week for a few months, and I think I saw 2 clients the whole time. So I barely worked at all. And then one of the student teachers where I went to school, she has a studio in Madison, and she had just got a new place that had a second room, and she offered me a fully furnished room, including all the back bar products, for $300 a month. And she was like,
"That's incredible."
I know. She was like, "You should open up a business." And I was like, what do I have to lose? Why not? So I did it, and a couple of years later maybe, I moved from the west side of Madison to the east side of Madison and brought in Eminence, which was at the time my dream skincare line, and that's when my business really took off.
Nice. That's amazing. It's amazing also that you were able to move from one side of the city to the other, because sometimes we get a little bit afraid of, are our clients going to follow us? Are we going to be able to retain our clientele, or is it going to be kind of like starting over? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So with Eminence, how long have you worked with Eminence? And
I think that was in 2017. No. 15 maybe, when I brought them in. I don't remember. But anyway, I'd been wanting them, and they had a huge opening order, and I just was terrified to do that, and my business was part-time, but I just did it, and it was like everything fell into place.
That's awesome.
I was working with products I was proud of, and it was in a location I loved. It was awesome.
That's great. So Skintuition, what made you decide that name? for your studio and for your business?
That was really hard for me to come up with a name, and I was just brainstorming names and like skin this, skin that. What kind of play on words? And then Skintuition came out, and I was just like, yes, because I really believe in intuition, and I feel that connection to that in myself. So I was just like, that's it. So then I quick checked to see if that name was available in Wisconsin, and it was. That was that.
Awesome. I love it because I love the name. I love the whole vibe. It feels very skintuitive here. You know, it's this is a beautiful space. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to get a facial from you. But one other question: have you always lived in the Madison area, or?
I grew up in Beaver Dam, which is like half an hour away.
Okay.
And then I lived in Madison for like almost all of my adult life. And a couple of years ago, I moved back to Beaver Dam. So basically, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're essentially a Madison local then.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know, it's so funny because you don't really find that too much anymore. Mm-hmm. People tend to move around, but I find that a lot of Midwesterners kind of stay where they started. So.
I couldn't imagine not living by my family. I just love being close to them, all my nieces and nephews.
Good. Awesome. All right. Well, let's get started.
I'd like you to put this gown on.
Okay.
And you can either step into it or pull it over. Cinch this, tie it in a bow.
Perfect.
Bra off or arms out of the straps so that this is totally bare. The rest is up to you.
Okay.
Necklace off. Rings off too, please.
I'm going to start cleansing your skin. This is a 3-step cleanse. We'll be using this oil and then a clay micro exfoliating mask. And then I'll come in with a gel cleanser to actually cleanse the skin. So the oil is loosening up debris, and this clay mask will start absorbing oil, and it's going to also begin a very gentle exfoliation process. This is the Environ toner. It's a glycolic alpha hydroxy acid toner. And this is really prepping the skin for the peel. Probably feels a little tingly. And now I'm going to layer 2 different exfoliants. First, we're going to start with the Environ 10% lactic gel.
Okay.
And this might feel prickly on your skin, but this is going to be very hydrating and brightening.
Exactly what I need.
And now I'm going to put the vitamin C micro peel on top, and this might feel kind of crackly.
So excited. I've never had these layered before.
So your skin's going to look really good when we're finished, but tomorrow when you wake up, your skin's going to look incredible. All right, I'm going to put this gauze mask on your skin. It's going to be pretty cool when I do this. Okay, so I just hooked up the Intophoresis, and we're running some low-level current through this to enhance the whole process. I'm using the Environ massage oil and Dermalac lotion, which has a little bit of lactic acid in it. These two are a beautiful combination on the body. Very hydrating, and that little bit of exfoliation from the Dermalac is just so incredible. I've never used such powerful body products before. So now we're going to start the focus on treatments, and I'm applying the peptide serum around the eyes. And the peptide serum I think is wonderful for any kind of photo aging. So any kind of pigments, fine lines and wrinkles, dehydration. So I'm painting this on, and then in other spots I'm going to put the filler serum, and that's wonderful for giving the appearance of more volume in the skin. So I like this anywhere there are deeper lines and wrinkles or expression. I love it on the lips. So I'm going to go over your lips. Nasolabial folds is a wonderful place to put the filler. Cheeks. And then I'm going to start doing the sonophoresis. And you'll feel this touching you. It's probably cool, and you probably hear a little woo woo woo. And I'm going to hold it in place for 15 seconds per area to start with, and then I'll start doing some other things with it too. But right now I'm using the face probe. And this is really pushing that product deep into the skin. A lot of clients fall asleep during this. So now we're going to begin the gua sha and facial massage.
Oh, that smells really good. What is it?
Finale. This is the Neroli Hydrating Mist from Eminence.
That's why I like it, because I love neroli.
And I'm just putting this before, first, just so that there's something hydrating on the skin before I use the oil. And I bet you're going to like how this smells too. This is Eminence's Camellia oil. I think it has a really nice earthy scent. And this is my favorite gua sha medium. So gua sha stems from ancient Chinese medicine. And I love it because first I use the gua sha stone to move lymphatic fluid, which creates all kinds of space in the skin and allows nutrients and oxygen and blood to flow freely. And then once there's all that space, I come back with the stone and do the sculpting and lifting of the facial muscles.
Did you heat your stone?
I had it in warm water, and I keep it on a little coffee mug warmer.
Oh, cute idea.
I got that from our Beauty Biz Club group. The secret bonus to gua sha, in my opinion, is how the slow and rhythmic cadence of the movements is like a lullaby for the nervous system. For your final product, I'm using the Environ Super Moisturizer with a few pumps of colostrum in for the growth factor.
My fave.
That you taught me, yeah.
That was an amazing experience. So Melissa used some Environ products on me, which I also use Environ in my treatment room, and I never get to experience them as a facial. And so this was super special for me to be able to experience the lactic acid and the vitamin C, and then to also experience the DF machine, which I do not have the DF machine. So being able to have that at full Environ experience was really, really great. I was curious as to how she was going to include gua sha into the whole thing, and that was so incredible. I have not had gua sha like that since I went to training for it about 6 or 7 years ago. So that was also a very incredible experience. Melissa's touch is very nice. Just everything about the whole experience was so nice. I really, really, really enjoyed this experience. And if you are ever in Madison and you are looking for a good skincare treatment, come to Skintuition and come and see Melissa. She's fantastic. So that was an incredible facial experience. Thank you so much. I loved everything about it. So who would benefit best and most from this facial? Would you say it's all age ranges or certain people? Is there?
So I think that facial would be great for anybody looking for hydration. If they want that super surface level glow, the peel combo is just incredible. And like I said, tomorrow when you wake up, your skin's going to be even more glowy.
Awesome.
If that's even possible. And the gua sha is great for everyone always.
Yeah, I can really feel the lymphatic drainage. So I feel like I'm in Arizona, so of course we're already moving into allergy season, but I feel like that could be great for, during spring as things are blooming.
Absolutely.
We feel a little puffy, and I feel like that's a great way to depuff and get yourself ready for spring too. Mm-hmm. So I know that you did this as a March special, but what if somebody wanted to get this facial not in March?
All they have to do is schedule a custom facial, and we can just make it happen. Gua sha is always on the table. Different peels are always on the table. This was just a special way to put it all together and make it extra fancy, and there's a gift bag, but anything that happens in here can happen in any custom facial.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's good to know for anybody who's in Madison. If you're visiting or if you live here, definitely come check Melissa out. How can people find you?
My Instagram is skintuition_Madison, and the website is skintuitionmadison.com.
Awesome.
And thank you so much for being here. It
Thank you.
was so special and the highlight of my week. I'm super honored.
Thank you. It was amazing to be able to come and see you, and I have loved my experience here. So
Great.
yeah. Thank you so much.